Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Daily Fix. My name's JC. I'm here just to chat with you about some stuff that I think is cool and interesting in the world of entertainment today. So this past weekend was the Grammys, and you know what? I really don't want to talk about it. Not that I don't love music, because I absolutely do. I believe music is the heartbeat of life. It keeps us moving, it keeps us going. But for a number of reasons. One, everybody's already talking about it still, and talking about Pharrell's crazy hat, or gay marriages, whether they were legal or they weren't legal, or whatever that happened with Queen Latifah and Macklemore and Madonna and that kind of craziness. Or they're talking about Katy Perry and how she's a witch and satanic kind of stuff now. I don't really know. I didn't watch it. And because there's just so many awards too. They give out so many awards for every single genre of music, and there's so many of them that aren't even aired on TV. And it's pretty crazy how many awards there are. And I get that there's all different types of music, so you have to be able to, if you got to give one person an award, you have to give another person an award. But so there's all that. But the main reason that I didn't really watch the Grammys this year was because one of my favorite bands got completely snubbed, which I think had one of the best albums of 2013, and that's 21 Pilots. I mean, maybe it was the fact that maybe they weren't eligible. Maybe it came out at a certain time where it'll be next year they'll get nominated for it, for their album Vessel. But I don't think that's it. They didn't even make it into the Best New Artist category, which you see likes of like Ed Sheeran got nominated, and other people who we've seen that type of music before. We've seen Ed Sheeran's come and go. We've seen all these other stuff that are winning the Best New Artist or stuff, but you have something fresh, something new, like 21 Pilots come out, and they get completely snubbed, and I don't like it, and I don't appreciate it. Grammys, get your act together. Secondly, Disney released a new Maleficent trailer, starring Angelina Jolie the other day, and it looks amazing. The first trailer was great and super good too. But this one gives away more of the story, gives more depth into kind of what's going on. You still don't understand fully because there's not even a whole lot of words spoken through it, but the music in the trailer is really eerie and creepy, and it's just super. They just build it up, and we see a king, and there's a big epic battles, and there's like a dragon made of trees, and it looks like it gives so much more character, and there's so much more depth that was given in this trailer than in the first one. It looks super awesome. I'm super excited to see it. I'll have a link to that down below in the description. Thirdly, the kind of a rare thing that I like to talk about, something that I don't often always publicize about myself, but I'm a big professional wrestling fan. I have been since I was a kid, and I try to watch it as much as I can, which isn't that much. Just because of my TV situation at home. And this past weekend was the Royal Rumble. The first pay-per-view of the year. People were really excited for it, and there were some great points to the event, and then there were some bad points. You know, you have matches like the Divas matches and stuff that people tend to fast forward and skip through if they have that ability, or just not watch. That's the time when you often go get a piece of pizza or refill on your drink, or go to the potty. But then there's other great matches throughout. The main event of the night, the 30-man Battle Royale, was kind of, from everything that I've seen and everything that I've read about it, as a fan, was kind of a letdown. The Royal Rumble is a great chance to introduce new wrestlers and new characters. There was talk and speculation of AJ Styles coming into the WWE from TNA, and taking part of that and kind of breaking it and bringing a new fresh face to the WWE. But he didn't show up, and it was just kind of a bummer. CM Punk, who's my favorite, stayed in the match the longest, at I think just over 42 minutes. The big thing with the Royal Rumble is that weeks coming up to the main event, to this pay-per-view, Daniel Bryan was trying to get into the Rumble, wanted to be a part of it, saying he deserved it, and so the Royal Rumble comes. And Batista comes in at 28 after a 4-year absence, kind of comes in and starts wrecking shop and stuff. And then 29 comes in, and then here comes 30, and everybody's expecting it to be Daniel Bryan, and it's Rey Mysterio. And as people are booing Rey Mysterio, one of the most loved wrestlers in the WWE today, maybe even of all time to some people, he's getting booed because he's not Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan is nowhere to be seen. He's not in the Rumble. And people are chanting, yes, 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 chanting Daniel Bryan's name, trying, during the match that he's not even in. Came down to Batista and a member of the Shield, which I can't remember his name. That's the big Shield guy. And Batista wins. Batista won the Royal Rumble, setting up a match for himself at WrestleMania against the title holder. And it should be good. But, which it could be anybody right now. Right now it's Randy Orton. But Randy Orton's going to have to go into the Elimination Chamber, which is the next pay-per-view, and battle off five or six guys, I think, including Batista will probably be in there. Brock Lesnar will probably be in there. Daniel Bryan and Sheamus and John Cena, I know, will be in there from this past Raw. So the last thing I want to talk about here on the Daily Fix is we have a little show called Opening This Week, where I go and I sit down and I watch a movie, and then I come back here and I tell you guys about it and tell you what I thought, and you leave your comments down below, and then we become best friends. But I want to let you know that starting this week, I'm going to change the name of it, because saying this week's opening this week or opening this week's this week is pretty redundant and pretty hard to say, and I do what I want. So I'm going to change it because I can. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to start calling the show Now in Theaters. And for our first episode of Now in Theaters, we're going to check out the movie That Awkward Moment, starring Miles Teller, Zac Efron, and Michael B. Jordan. I'm a big fan of Miles Teller. This is like the fourth time I've mentioned him in The Spectacular Now. But I love it, and I really don't care what you guys say. I'm kidding. I do. But he's just a really good actor. I'm really excited to see him in kind of more of a funny role, a lighter role. Also, Michael B. Jordan from Friday Night Lights and Chronicle. Both great he was in. I loved him. East Dillon for life. And Chronicle, he was an awesome kid in that too. But again, this will be a much funnier role that we see him in, so I'm excited for that. And Zac Efron is Zac Efron, and I don't really, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't seen much of his stuff because I don't watch High School Musical or whatever he's from. But we'll see. And I'm excited for it because it looks pretty funny from the trailer. So I have a trailer down for that and some other links that we'll have down below. But that's it for this week on the Daily Fix. I'm JC. Love you guys. Deuces.